just kicked in, sorry. Let me pause that. Okay, I thought it was funny. Of course, right now I think everything is funny. I don't know if I'll ever do another video like this, so take it for what it is for the moment. Alright, this book that I bought back in 1990. Well, it was the late 90s when I bought this thing. I was working at Warner Brothers at the time, and I used to go to this brand bookstore all the time and buy massive amounts of books. And I bought this in about 3 books that day. Brought them home in a paper bag. This is the Lucifer publication book, Letters on Occult Meditation by Alice A. Bailey. I bought it for research purposes, which I do with all this stuff is just research for me. And what was interesting is 3 days later, I didn't take the books out of the bag. I just let them sit there on the table next to my bed at night. And one night, when I was just sitting there, late at night, a demon came out of this book. This book right here. Yes, this book had a demon in it. Absolutely, it had a demon in it. The demon came out. I bought it at the brand bookstore. He had just got a collection of books in from the party. The guy had died and just left a bunch of books. The guy must have been a Satanist or a Freemason or some type of occultist. And I bought one of his books, not knowing the background to the story. And this book contained a demon. Yes, inanimate objects can contain demons for a short amount of time as they look for another host. Now, here's the great problem with the demon was that it probably chose this particular book to possess for a short amount of time until it could find another human host, because it wants the warmth. Because it is Lucifer Publishing, it's an evil book, it's of the Lucis Trust. And I'd say the demon made a mistake. It didn't expect a Christian to buy the book, yet I did buy it. And in buying it, I brought a demon into my house. Well, it wasn't a house, it was my place. A place where I slept and did some study back in the 90s. And the demon had no place to go because it didn't expect a Christian to buy this book. It made a mistake. And so on the 3rd night, very interesting that it was 3 days that it sat there. And I just left it in the bag. I didn't take it out. I didn't put it on my shelf. I didn't, what I used to do sometimes, just not, I wouldn't deal with it right away. But that night, on that 3rd night, the demon could no longer contain itself. It came out of this book, flipped out. I saw its head rise up, shaking. If you've ever seen that film, it's called Jacob's Ladder. There's a couple of shots, a couple of scenes in that film where there's this mad shaking, demonic head face, just doing like that. The demon that came out of this book did that in front of me. And I just sat there and looked and watched. I wasn't scared. I rebuked it in the name of Jesus. Bam! It was gone. Period. Gone. I went to bed because I was very tired. Woke up the next day and contemplated what had happened. And that's how I figured out what I just explained to you. Very badly, by the way, I explained it to you. But I explained it. I think you got it. And that is what happened here with this book. So, inanimate objects contain demons for a short amount of time. They don't hold on to these things like they do a real human host, because the human host is what they're looking for. And the demon, after this guy died and left these books to a library or a bookseller, it was hoping that it would have been bought by another person like the original owner, an occultist, a Satanist, a demonist, a Freemason. Little did it know that the Christian, me, would buy it, because I was at that point starting my research into this stuff, because I never researched it before. I left it alone. I stayed away from it until I felt ready to do it. And that demon, man, it popped out, went insane, went berserk, and fled. So that's just another little story that I wanted to relate. Now I'm going to relate another one, but I don't think I like this angle. It's a little too far away. Let me zoom in. But this book here was the one I was trying to dig up earlier and didn't have it. It's all about the UN, United Nations, the meditation room, and as you can see, it's called The Cult of the All-Seeing Eye. And this is an amazing book. This is a picture of the meditation room. You've seen it all, I'm sure, before. And it's this little booklet here. It's about the Temple of Understanding, the Great Seal of the United States, and the prayer room in the United States Capitol. I'm not going to go into detail, but this book goes into incredible detail. Oh, excuse me. I'm all tired now. I've been eating and drinking and smoking, and I'm all burnt out. But that's just the way it's going to be. At least for this video. So anyway, I could say more about this, but I won't. Not for now. Here's something interesting. I know I'm just going back and forth with everything. But if you like science fiction like I do, these are some of the best science fiction comic books of all time. This is really good stuff. Weird science and weird fantasy from EC Comics. These are, I think, the best science fiction comic books ever written. They're almost prophetic in regards to what's going on in the world today. In their drawings, in their storylines, everything. If you've never read one, then you should check it out. I want to take a little break for a second and talk about my favorite comedy team of all time. See that? The Three Stooges. Now, actually, to be completely honest, they're not my favorite comedy team of all time. They are my second favorite comedy team of all time. My first favorite comedy team of all time is, believe it or not, it's Abbott and Costello. I truly believe that Abbott and Costello, they had something going for them. I mean, Bud without Lou just didn't work, but Bud with Lou worked. The Marx Brothers, for example, I mean, you could take Groucho out of the Marx Brothers and you still had this great comic genius, Groucho Marx, without being a part of the... What I'm doing is I'm looking at the monitor up here because I'm still figuring how to use this new camera I bought. It's like the best digital camera I've ever bought, I've ever owned in my life. But it's still, I haven't read all the directions. The directions suck. And I have to kind of learn everything through other sources and through experience. And I haven't really figured it all out yet. Now, why am I taking this diversion? Well, why not? Why not take a diversion? The Three Stooges, comic geniuses, Abbott and Costello, the greatest of all the teams. I think they made like 27 feature films, and they're all fantastic. Just great routines. The stuff, you know, most of it, they didn't even originate. They just simply used old vaudeville routines and took those routines and really turned it into comic art. Don't worry, we'll get back to the Egyptian Book of the Dead and... Is that visual? I think it is. Yeah, lies. Lies. Yes. You know, I smoke about a cigar about once every 6 months. This is a cheap cigar. I only believe in cheap cigars because a good cigar that costs like $15, $20, which ignorantly and stupidly I have actually bought in the past, they were horrible. They were just terrible. They were harsh and hurt the throat and the mouth. Cheap cigars are really the best. Especially when you're a non-smoker and you just simply do this just to, you know, for the heck of it, because it's funny. But yes, Abbott and Costello, the greatest filmic comic team of all time. They truly are. And watch these guys in action. They just got it over everybody. They have it over Lewis and Martin. They have it over the Marx Brothers. And they certainly have it over some of those lesser teams like Olsen and Johnson, which really had nothing to begin with, in my opinion. I mean, I like the old film Hell's a Poppin', but, you know, they just really didn't have it. So many that just didn't have it. Okay. Oh, this is oh boy. Get this thing up. Well, this is basically a very stupid moment here. So I'll include it in this video because I just figured out I'll just make it a really long video. Why not? Does it really matter? I am not a teacher of the gospel, of the Bible, of theology. I'm not a minister. I have no ministry. I'm just a regular Christian who has some understanding about things, and I'm presenting it. So that's where I'm coming from. I am not any kind of a teacher, so I'm not looking for anyone to listen to me or follow me. I don't want you to follow me or listen to me unless every now and then I have something interesting to say. And that's about it. I don't have no great visions of, like, this I saw and I need to present it to you. Because for some weird reason, for the last year, all I've had are nightmares of demons coming after me, attacking me, and wanting to kill me. That's all I've had. Oh, darn. It went out. Oh, why is that all I had? I don't know. I'm not real sure. I talked to one person on YouTube about it briefly, and I won't mention the name, but got some, good words about it. So anyway, the Three Stooges are also geniuses. They're my second greatest of all time comic geniuses on the planet in the filmic world. And this is a fantastic book. If you are a Stooge fan like me, this is one of the best books on the Three Stooges ever written, because it covers every single one of their films. Goes in great detail with a synopsis talking about the films, the whole thing. And what's really neat is all their films are now out on DVD. I don't have them all yet. I just bought a few of the collections that I really wanted. So anyway, I guess that's enough of this diversion, isn't it? I'm just trying to show everyone to lighten up. Take it easy. Take it easy. Yes, take it easy. Stop being so harsh on everyone's teaching. Now, you saw me smoking a cigar. Remember that one? Yeah. There it is. Cigar. And as you can see, I barely smoked it because it sucked. So now you're going to see me drinking a beer, because I really don't care what anyone thinks about me. I really, seriously, could absolutely care less. And the more I can turn people off from me, the better. So, oh yes. Even though this really sucks, it's what I have at the moment. And I hope this turns many of you away from me. I want you to be away from me if you're going to judge me over this. Judge me and get away. Go. All right. Now, I sure like my new camera. It really has a nice quality. As soon as I figure out all the little things that it does, man, this camera I'm shooting with actually shoots at such a high resolution that I'm not even using it in that way yet. I'm still on a very low resolution right now. This thing shoots in Blu-ray quality. I can't think of the numbers, but it's like 1900 by something. It's like, incredible. This is a truly great camera. I'm glad I have it. Okay, reason why I'm raising my hands up like that is because I'm looking at the monitor and I can't do it down here. It doesn't show. I should have zoomed back more. So anyway, I'm going to drink this beer so that you will not want to follow me anymore. And you'll see that I'm not I am in no way a teacher of anything. Oh, but that was good. Okay. Well, before we get to Proverbs and the Book of the Dead, which, let me just tell you something about this Book of the Dead. This is actually an amazing book. I'm wearing these weird glasses. I need to take them off and put on my other glasses for this work. This is an amazing book just because it's called the Book of the Dead. It's a misnomer. It's a scary title. It freaks people out. The Book of the Dead. It's like Night of the Living Dead, or The Dead of Night, or all those horror films that we've all seen in the past. But this really is actually an amazing book. It actually does have some really interesting things that it says. Because what it means by the Book of the Dead is just simply referring to, it's telling these Noahic, these post-Diluvian, post-Noahic people, post-Tower of Babel people, that there is life after death. But they didn't have the truth. They didn't have even the inklings of an Old Testament, let alone a New Testament. Oh, shoot. That's going to be cut out. They didn't have anything about a Old or New Testament. They just simply had what came through a corrupted Noahic thought system. And I'm going to get into this whole Noahic thing. Not in this video. That'll be a later video. Maybe my next video. I'll see. Because it's pretty incredible. It will blow your mind when I get into that one. But for right now, as a diversion, since I'm not really ready to even get into that with this, I am actually. It's just I want to take my time here. I want to turn this into like a massive, epic feature film. And that will put a lot of people off, and I'm very happy about that. Oh, wait, no. What? Okay, how'd this get here? Nightmare of Ecstasy. The Life and Art of Edward D. Wood Jr. Now, how did I do that? How did I get that here? Okay. Yeah, forget this. It's just I happen to be an Edward D. Wood Jr. fan. Okay, now I'm going to take another break because I feel like it. And I hope I've turned some more people away from me and off. Here's what I'm trying to do. I'm looking to turn off a bunch of self-righteous Christians. I don't really like self-righteousness. It makes me sick. And that's why I want you to just see what I am for the moment. And that way you can just, say what you want, watch it, go, and run. But anyway, I'm going to take it to the break because, actually, I'm going to go get another beer. And hopefully I'll be doing the rest of this video a little on the, how do you put it, feeling good side. Yes, feeling good. And if it upsets some of these Christians out here, well, that makes me feel good. Yes. That makes me feel real good. Okay, enough of that. I'll talk to you in segment number 3. Yeah. I did segment 1, segment 2. This is segment 3. Actually, Isn't this segment 4? See what alcohol does to your brain? See what cigars do to your brain? Yes. Saved by grace, not by works. Remember that. Always keep that in mind.
It's a game!